Okay, so on this question, they're giving us a schedule again. The first question is how many votes were cast? How are we going to figure that out? Total number of votes that were cast. That's right up here, isn't it? We just got to add those up. So 12 plus 8 plus 15. That's the total number, right? 12 people voted this way, 8 people voted that way, 15 people voted that way, 9 people voted this other way, and 7 people voted how they voted. Add all that up, was at 20, 35, 45, 44, I think it's 51. So 51 total, at least for mine, you'll have different numbers than me. 51 total people voted in this little election. Next question. How many votes are needed for a majority? What does majority mean? What does it mean? More than half, right? Majority is more than half. So, majority, more than half. So if majority is more than half, and they're asking me to find, well, 51 people are voting, what's a majority? What's more than half? Well, yeah, first I got to find half, huh? So you got to take that 51 and you got to divide it by 2 because that'll give you half, right? And we want more than half, so that'll first give us half. And what's that going to be? I think it's going to be 25.5. We do that in the calculator. 25.5. So that's exactly half right there. That's half. But majority is supposed to be what? More than half.
Round it up.
So go up, yeah, to what? 26, exactly. So 26 votes would be a majority, would be more than half. Is that making sense how I did that? Just divide by 2 and go up by 1. So go up to the next number. So notice that means if any candidate got 26 votes, he or she would have more than half and should definitely win the election, huh? That's more than half. Okay, next question. Does any candidate have a majority? Does anybody have that many votes? In this election, does any of those 4 candidates, A, B, C, or D, have 26 or more votes? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's check it out. How many does A have? How many? And we're talking about first place votes now. So we're not even looking at second, third, or fourth right now. Just first place. How many first place votes does A have? On mine. The big 0. A's not even up there. On mine, yours will be different. How many first place votes does B have? Well, 8 and 9. Whatever that is. 17. How many first place votes does C have? It's like 7. Only 7. And how many first place votes does D have? 12 and 15. 27. Oh, look at that. 27, which is 26 or more. So D has more than half, a majority, of the first place votes.
Once you get that, you don't have to add these other numbers that you realized already.
Yeah, that's right. I really could have just started with D, and said, hey, he's got it. If he's got more than half, nobody else can have more than half. Good point. Good point. Yeah, exactly. So D has got more than half. More than half. So doesn't it feel like D should win this election? Right? I mean, if somebody has more than half the crowd thinks that person is the best, number 1 choice, first choice, well, then that's the will of the people, isn't it? That's who they like best. Doesn't that seem fair? You can tell I'm going to a fairness criteria. If anybody wins more than half of first place votes, they should win the election. Well, now here's the trick on this question. Now they're going to say, and by plurality, that person would certainly win. By plurality, by just looking at first place vote, like we do in America, if that was a presidential election, yeah, he would win for sure. But now let's find the winner of the election using the board account method. And we'll find out, I think, we'll see, that D probably won't win by points. Somebody else might come in with more points than D and actually win this election. I don't know for sure. Let's see. It might be B. It might be. I'm not sure. Let's see. So I'm going to go in order here. So here we go. So now I'm going to do painfully and slowly, board count again. I'm going to do it for all these. So So I'm gonna do it kind of quick. I do it slow in another video, but I'm gonna go kind of quick now because there's a lot of work here to do. So board account. Can't even make a B here, off to a roaring start. Board. So they're asking me to do the board account method now to find out who wins. So first off, for A, how many total? Remember, that's the point system, right? The board account where you count up the points. How do you put the points in? You put a 1 for last place, right? So 1 to last place, and then a 2, and then a 3, and then a 4. That's the points. Right there, right? Start at the bottom, right? Because if you're last place, that's only 1 point. And then the higher you go, the more points you get.
I think I found another way to sort of just like skip over it a bit.
Sure.
But I mean, I would still use like the third row method. But what I did was found like which one has the highest board account, or no, which one has more like 4s or.
Okay, how about let me check another method with you later, okay?
Yeah.
If there's something I can clarify on this, and I'll be glad to check with later, but anything else I can clarify on this right here. All right, so let me get the board account points. So here's A right here. 12 people gave A 2 points. Remember, you're looking at the points, not the choice. So don't get confused with that third choice. That's only 2 points, right? You see what I'm saying there? So that's going to be 12 times 2 plus. Seeing what I'm doing there? So the points start at the bottom with 1, go 2, 3, 4. So don't be confused any longer by these numbers. Right? I'm looking at the point numbers now. The bottom vote is 1 point, and then it goes up from there. So 12 people gave 2 points to A. And then what comes next? Here's A, 8 people gave 2 points. So 8 times 2 plus 15 people put A last. That's only 1 point. 15 times 1 plus 9. Here's A. And 9 times 3, notice, plus, and then 7 times 3. Okay, so then we got to add all that up. I don't know what that is. We get the total there. I'm going to have to use my calculator. And get A. So this is pretty tedious for each of these. 24, 16, 15, 27, and 21. So I'm getting 103. So A's got 103 points. Okay, now I'm going to go on to B next. So for B, I'm going to go back to this diagram, and I'm going to find all the points for B. Where's B? B's right here. That's 12 times 3. And B's right here. That's 8 times 4. And B's right here. That's 15 people giving B 3 points. 15 times 3. B's getting a lot of points. Then B's right here. 9 times 4. And then B's right here. 7 times 1. Okay, so if you add that up in your calculator, which I'll do right now. I'm getting 156 points. Yeah, B got a lot of border points, board account points. Next comes C. So if I do C, I come up here. C is right here. So that's 12 times 1. Plus C is right here. That's 8 times 3. And C is right here. That's 15 times 2. And C is right here. That's 9 times 2. And C is right here. That's 7 times 4. So add that up in your calculator. 9 plus 4 plus 30 plus 18 plus 28. And I'm getting 112. So then last one, now D. So for D, I'll come up here. We'll do D. So D is right here. It's 12 times 4. times 4. D is right here, 8 times 1. D is right here, 15 times 4. D is right there, 9 times 1. And D is right here, 7 times 2. So add that up in your calculator, 48, 8, 16, 14. Be careful, it's easy to make a small mistake. I got 139. Okay, so which candidate got the most board account points? B is in boy. B is in boy. Look at it, 150. That's what I was saying. Somebody else stole the election. Do you see that? When we added it, even though we noticed earlier that D is in dog, had more than half, a majority, of first place votes. So we said, hey, so D should win, dog should win, D should win, right? But instead, when we did and if we did plurality method, D certainly would. That's where you just look at first place, you don't even look at the other places. But when we did the board account method, where we did all the points, B, even though B didn't have more first place, a lot of people liked B quite a bit. Second place. See how all the second place votes B got? So in the end, B actually got more points, and there's an argument to be made that maybe B is more the crowd favorite. You know, yeah, they don't have him first place, but nobody hates him either. Whereas D's the bottom choice for a couple of people. You know what I mean? That's what we talked about last time with a divisive candidate. So anyway, let's get back to this question. So who's the winner with board account? The winner is B as in boy. Whoops, I can't make a B there. B as in boy with how many? 156 points, if I didn't do my math wrong. So what does that mean? One of our fairness ideas has been violated. Let me show you which one. I can find it. Where is it? Vanished off my iPad. Yeah, it's the majority criterion. Let me show you. Right here. So yeah, look at what the majority criterion. Now, this is the 4 fairness ideas that you have in your notes. Look what this one says. If a candidate has a majority of first place votes, that candidate should win the election. And that, of course, does seem fair to us, doesn't it? Do you see how we just violated that with the board account method? You're right. The D would be really mad. The D as in dog would be really mad. He's like, look, more than half the people put me first place. I got more than half of the first place votes. I got 27. And you're somehow giving the election to B because of your weird point system? That's not fair. So we just violated the majority criterion, didn't we? Using that. So we see 2 different voting methods and 2 different senses of what's right and fair and what the will of the people really is. So you see this a little more complex than it seemed on the first day, huh? Determining the will of the people. What do the people really like best? Do they really like B as in boy or D as in dog? Well, it seems like it's kind of debatable a little bit, isn't it? Depending on what method you're using. And that's the debate that people have considered for many ages, actually.